Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, wherever you are, I welcome you all to this very live broadcast today on BTV Europe. Today being the 9th day of December 2023, we are here once again to discuss an important issue that is concerning the Biafra Restoration Project. I'm live here on BTV Europe with Mazi Prince Darlington. And Mazi Prince Darlington, are you hearing me? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you live and direct.
You are welcome to this very program. From my side here, we are in afternoon's time. I say from here, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night to so many Biafrans around the world and the lovers of freedom. So therefore, Mazi, we are here today to discuss an important issue so that to keep on, enlightening our people concerning the level we are on the Biafra Restoration Project. So, how are you doing, Mazi President?
Mazi, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Once again,
my
voice is coming back to me. Check your speaker from there. Good. So thank you very much. I can hear you live and direct, and I am good. As a matter of fact, Chukwu Kabiama have been good for Biafrans, and we are looking forward for the freedom of our leader, Mazi Lionman, and the restoration of our great nation. Thank you very much for bringing me on. Thank you. Over to you. Mazi, over to you.
Yeah, sorry, I said what I was saying.
I can't hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself so that I can hear you, please?
Are you hearing me now?
You are on mute.
You are on mute.
No, I am not. Are you hearing me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Everything is all right here. Everything is all right.
Mazi, you are on mute.
You are on mute.
Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now? Okay. So I was asking.
Yes.
I said
yes. I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. I said
yes,
what is life like?
Yes.
Yes.
Concerning our people in Biafra land, our mothers, our fathers, and the market women, and is having problem there. Okay, let me see what is. I think Mazi is having technical problem from his side because he is joining us from Biafra land. So I don't know. Why is he having difficulty?
I am here now.
Mazi. Add me back.
Yeah, you are here. You are already. You are in already. You are in already.
Thank you.
Go
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
What I was asking, I said, I want to know the situation of our people back home, our mothers, our fathers, farmers and traders, our local men and the women back home. I want to know the situation of their life right now. So can you give us a little bit light concerning the situation of their living.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi.
Mazi.
The truth
The
remains that my voice is echoing.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So the truth remains that Biafra land has been the most peaceful place in this contraption which the British put together. Biafra land has been the home for everybody that meant well for the people of Biafra. Until Boko Haram started invading our lands, killing our people, raping our women, until Fulani herdsmen started destroying our crops, raping our mothers in the bushes, until insecurity began to gather in Biafra land and people begin to pay ransom, huge amount of money, and the governors in the southeast were silent, they were dormant, they were not concerned because their children all were living abroad until Mazi Lionman came. Then set up security that is known as Eastern Security Network after writing them for so many months, asking them to do something to stop the menace of the Fulani herdsmen in our land. But before then, our land has been a peaceful place before the invasion of our land by Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram. So Mazi Lionman begged the governors to stop the killing, the kidnapping, by setting up a security that is supposed to checkmate all the activities of these marauders from Fatajalon Mountain. They did not respond to him until Mazi Lionman set up Eastern Security Network, which have been checkmating our land and making sure that our people who are going to their normal farming in the bushes can go without anybody attacking them, because we have several attacks in several locations in Biafra land. In Nimbo, over 500 people were massacred by Fulani herdsmen. In Miata Anam, over 30-something people were massacred. In Obaru, another location, people were killed. Even right now as I speak to you, because of the presence of Eastern Security Network, Lopanta have been their headquarters where they are kidnapping and burying, cutting people's head and burying. But it is because of the presence of Mazi Lionman, because of the presence of the creation of Eastern Security Network that have been fighting inside the bushes, checkmating these activities and making life easier for our people, especially our farmers. Then coming into the urban areas, the towns in Biafra land, things has been moving on smoothly until the enemies begin to come in one way or the other. And as I speak to you right now, a lot of people are afraid to go home for Christmas, for New Year festival, because of the criminality that is going on in our land. And we believe that with Chukwu Kikabiama on our side, the coming out of Mazi Lionman is going to put stop to all this. So my brother, to be frank with you, our land is seriously under siege. Our people are not sleeping with their two eyes. Our people are sleeping only but with their one eyes, because the enemies have sponsored all the criminals to continue to kidnap and destroy our people. So in general, our people are not like living the normal life as they suppose, because the land is under siege. That is the situation. You cannot travel from Onitsha to Abia State without meeting over 250 checking points, which the people that are mounting these roadblocks are doing nothing but extorting money from the motorists, making life more miserable, more difficult for them. So this is what we have been facing in our land. But we believe that the presence of Mazi Lionman is going to stop all this menace and bring peace back to the land. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi, for that response there. Do you know why I ask you this question? I ask this question because of imagine we that is living here in abroad. Global economy is shaking and is affecting every government, not only in Africa, even in Europe, in America, in Asia, in Oceania, is affecting. The global economy is shaking anyway. Let me just put it that way. And the citizens of many nations are having the effect of this particular global economy disturbing. And their government is always there for them to assist them in one way to another. Something they call the social benefit of, like Europe pay their citizens social benefit, America pay their citizens social benefit, and other parts of the world do so as well. But our people, no such thing does not exist. So that's why I ask, apart from the insecurity being created by the Fulani henchmen and let's say the conspiracy of Nigerian state concerning Eastern region. So apart from that, like what I mean, like the physical living of our people in terms of surviving, those that have children that have no financial capacity to manage their family without any government assistance. Imagine those who are in a developed world where they receive government assistance, but still they are still getting the heat of this particular global economic concern. So this is why I ask you that question, because I'm very, very concerned about the living of our people.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, my brother. When you talk about economic side of it, I must tell you that a country that was designed to fail, the economy is also bound to fail. A country that was not created to benefit the people that inhabit this same said country, there is no how people that are living there will live a good life. Reason, when you talk about economic, coming to the southeast and the so-called south-south, which is known as Biafra land, there is no seaport that is working in this side of the world. We don't have international airport that can take us to international ground directly from every state of Biafra land. But in the north, there is 8 international airports. And the north do not have sea, but they have inland ports where goods are coming from the sea. They are transporting it through railway line from Lagos to the north. So down in our own land where we have deep sea in Cross River, Calabar, we have deep sea in Warri, we have deep sea in River State. We have 3 seaports, standard seaport, and on which is supposed to be mini seaport. And all these seaports I'm talking about are not working. And we are known with commerce. So tell me how the economy of such people is going to be like when it was designed to stifle their livelihood, to take them backwards instead of pushing them forward, instead of helping them to make life better. Believe you me, 75% of our people from Southeast are hoping on their brothers and sisters living abroad for good life. Because if you go and check the record from Western Union and MoneyGram, the highest country where money is being sent is Africa. And when you come to that Africa, is Nigeria. And when you come to Nigeria, is Southeast. Because our people have scattered all over the world, hustling, trying to do menial job to get some support and feed their family. And this money are going back to our villages to help our brothers, because the government of Nigeria have stopped our people from developing our land, stopped our people from having access to the sea, from making use of the seaport, importing our goods. Our people, instead of bringing our goods to Biafra land, they are sending it to Lagos. And when it comes to Lagos, goods that you paid 1 million naira for a container ship load from China, you are going to pay 1.5 million to clear it, just for clearance. Then from Lagos to bring it to Onitsha or to Enugu or to Owerri, you are going to pay another 1.5 million. So life is so difficult, my brother, when you talk about the economy in regards to this country. And this is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have come to tell the world that it is time for us to go, because we have every reason to decide our future. This is what I have to say about this. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Darlington. All Biafrans knows who you are very well, and they know you as one of the hardcore of IPOB in terms of this restoration project of Biafra restoration project. Let me go to the question that have been sent by the people out there. I want to ask you, Mazi Darlington, who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Very quickly. Who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Thank you. Question you just asked me now. Please remember always because my boss is yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. The question you asked me in regards to who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the savior that was sent to come and save the people of Biafra, to come and save the people that God created with every wealth, that God created and given the biggest natural mineral resources, which is the human brain. But because of the wickedness of the British government, they match us with people that hated us with passion. They match us with people that doesn't like us. And because of that, we have been subjugated. Our future has been trampled upon. We cannot determine our future. So God sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and liberate us and make sure that this nation called Biafra is restored, that the people of Biafra may live as human. In one word, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a savior to the people of Biafra and the world at large, because every single thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said has come to pass. Then, when you want to extend it a little bit, I want to tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an epitome of freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the man that loves his people more than he loves himself. And he has sacrificed everything sacrificable to make sure that Biafra is restored. And he is still on the lane. Come on 15th, we are waiting to have him return to us as we march on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi Darlington. God bless you for this wonderful response from you. And Biafrans and the world at large are hearing you and they are listening as well. I want to ask, because let me tell you, the question I'm throwing to you is the question that are being sent by the people, because Biafra is going to be a nation for the people of Biafra, which they will make their decision. Nobody will impose any decision on them. So questions are coming in. As questions come in, I will ask you this question for you to respond. Question that is here before me is, what does Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represent? Very quick one.
Oh my goodness me. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents freedom, truthfulness, kindness, unity, equity, justice, and love. That is what he represents. You cannot take anything out of it. You can add yours if you want. But above all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a savior. Thank you.
thank you very much for this response, because the reason why this question comes up is because of some that does not understand him properly, say that he is somehow causing problem, which this statement was made by Chief Nnayamodo, the former Ohanese Ndibo president, when he said that he is trying to cause a problem. So that's why this question comes in. So that's, as he responded it, I believe that Biafrans have heard you, and the world at large have also understand what he represents. So thank you very much for
Mazi,
this response.
Please, before you go to the next, can you touch your distance for that? Yeah. Before you go to the next question, I want to touch one or two based on what you just said about Nyanwodo and his statement. He's not the only one that said that. Joy Bokwe also said that. As a matter of fact, Joy Bokwe pumped champagne on the day that Mazi Lionman was kidnapped in Kenya. He knelt down, he popped champagne, knelt down, and thanked God that Mazi Lionman was kidnapped. Now, I want to ask you this question, and those of us that are following up, that have listened to the version of Joy Bokwe and that of Nyanwodo, and so many of them, you say somebody is causing problem. The United Kingdom, the British you have today, has about other 4 countries in it that join together and known as Great Britain. And these 4 countries has everything that a country needs to have to become a country. These countries have every amenity that is needed that makes it a country. They have their national flags, they have their national assembly, they have everything that represents a country, they have it. The only thing they share together is their immigration. The only thing they share together is their currency. The only thing they share together is their military. But every other thing that every other country have is what they have in this place they call United Kingdom. And what Mazi Lionman is doing is exactly what George Washington did, that gave birth to the country you call United States of America today. He fought to separate America from the ruler under the rulership of United Kingdom. So Mazi Lionman is not causing any problem. If anybody say that Mazi Lionman is causing problem, that person is economical with truth, because a country that was forcefully put together, Mazi Lionman is not asking to use force to separate it, but through referendum. He's asking that people whom you forcefully put together should come together and decide if they indeed want to stay together or not. And that is why I fought anybody that always claim that Nigeria has the so-called what they call them, they say founding fathers. There's no founding father in Nigeria. Nigeria was founded by British. British put Nigeria together because even the name Nigeria do not have any connotation, meaning to the people of Ijob, to the people of Ishekiri, to the people of Anang, to the people of Igbo, to the people of Ibanke, to the people of Igodomigodo, to the people of Oduduwa, to the people of Lantan, to the people, all the people you put together, Nigeria has no meaning to them. So it is a contraption. You bound us together by force. I want the world to know that kings and queens were killed for Nigeria to stand as a country. They beheaded a lot of people who said no to their occupation and to whatever they did to put us together. And that is why a lifespan was given to the so-called country they call Nigeria. The lifespan of 100 years was given. Queen Elizabeth II and the Lord Lugard, they came together and said, these people are not sharing the same common value system. They are not worshiping the same way. They don't look the same way. They don't eat the same kind of food. So putting them together is like trying to mix oil and water. And it can never work. Because of this, they give it a lifespan of 100 years, which expired on December 2004. Because Nigeria was amalgamated
2014.
2014. Nigeria was amalgamated on 14th of January, on 1st of January 1914. 1st of January 1914. So when you count from 1914, the 100 years is 2014. That is when Goodluck Jonathan had what they called a centenary. They wanted to, negotiate, and he brought out that opinion that has to bring everybody together to say, if you want to remain to be in Nigeria, then you can be in Nigeria. If you don't want, you are free to go, according to the paper that was written and signed by the British government. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not causing any problem. Anybody that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is causing problem is a stooge to Fulani. He is benefiting from the contraption that was that was fraudulently put together to favor and to benefit a certain people, while the majority of them are suffering and dying. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is actually soliciting for a solution to stop the killing and destruction of our future and our land. Thank you very much. So we can go on, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi, President Darlington, for this wonderful response from you there. I will quickly go to the next question that are here before me. The question said, what has he achieved for Biafran since he started this movement? I mean, he's referring to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Oh my goodness me. If I begin to count the number of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's achievements so far, this program will run like 10 hours. But I'm going to take it in a jiffy. I'm going to break it down in a layman language that everybody that is watching this program can testify. I want to say that before now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu achievement is numerous, but before now, Biafra restoration program or project haven't entered the White House. British spent billions and billions of our oil money to block everywhere where Biafra case is brought. British use every arsenal within their reach to stop the issue of Biafra from getting to the places it's supposed to go, to United Nations and what have you. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the offices where the issue of Biafra is not allowed to be discussed, today we have penetrated all those offices. That is why we are able to go to European Union Parliament. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to go to United States of America White House. The pictorial evidences and video evidences of everything I'm saying is there for a layman, for a blind man to see. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken the restoration of Biafra project to the power that be. The G8 is aware of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra restoration. The G16 is aware. The over 200 countries of the world is having a letter from the leadership of Ipob led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on their desk about a nation called Biafra. It is no longer as it used to be in the past. When you talk about Biafra, nobody knows what you're talking about. Some people will say, I don't know what you're talking about. What is that? But today, every countries of the world have Biafra documents on their table. No, I can tell you that there is no embassy on this planet Earth that doesn't have a letter from Ipob led by Mazi Lionman. That is one. Mazi Lionman achievements that have shocked the enemy's camp to the bone marrow is that of uniting the people of Biafra from the coastal region of Biafra. I'm talking about the Ijo, the Ishekiri, the Anang. I'm talking about our people of Urobo. Because before now, the Nigerian government was selling this narrative of South, 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 selling this narrative of Niger Delta. But Mazi Lionman came, began to dismantle these fabrics of divide and rule. Mazi Lionman destroyed it only with microphone. Mazi Lionman used history to connect our people, to educate our people, to enlighten our people, to take our people to the right direction where they're supposed to be. Because the enemies came and tell us that we are not one. The enemy came and tell us that Ijo man and Igbo man can never be one, that Igbo are going to dominate and kill them. And while Ijo was busy fighting the Igbo man, they are busy stealing the oil in Ijo land. That is why in Ijo land, you cannot farm in Ijo land and have a good farm products, because oil pollution have destroyed their land. Because of this, they cannot even fish anymore because oil pollution have destroyed their river. So they told them, the problem is that they were telling them for so many years that Igbo man will dominate you, Igbo man will kill you, Igbo man doesn't love you. And why Ijo people are busy fighting with their brother Igbo, hating them, not trying to unite with them. They are busy stealing everything that they lay their hand upon in their own region. And at the same time, keeping everybody under bondage. Now, Mazi Lionman was able to travel to Ijo land. Mazi Lionman was able to speak with the kings, with the queens, with the chiefs of Ijo land, of Ishekiri, of Anang. Mazi Lionman move around to connect with all the dots that need to be connected, to make the people of our people from the riverine area to understand that the strategy which they used during the war, telling them that Igbos were killing them in River State, was false. Only with microphone. Mazi Lionman was able to destroy that hatred, that seed of discord that they sew in the heart of every Biafran from the riverine area. That is the reason why today you cannot hear anything like South-South. Because we even use physical analogy to destroy it also on Radio Biafra and through the media warriors. You cannot tell me that you go to South, you get South again. In the world geographical map, what you have East, West, North, and South. In extension, Southeast, North, there's nothing like South-South. So Mazi Lionman can destroy it. Now they don't call themselves any South-South anymore. And when you talk about Niger Delta, you break it down to ask yourself what is the meaning of Niger and what is the meaning of Delta.
Yeah, Mazi, let me just permit me, let me just interrupt you in this area. You said today that the people they were addressing as South-South, which is the language does not exist. But are you telling me there was no educated person in that particular area that accepted this particular name that was wrongly given to them South-South? I think in Ijo, in Bayelsa, in all those areas, we have professors, we have medical doctors who at least who we can present as, so these people, they are educated. But how come they then kept silent over this particular wrong name given to them before the arrival of Mazi Lionman? You can go ahead and address that.
Thank you very, very much, my brother. The truth remains that the enemies that have invaded and taken over our land knew 100% that after the war, they did something to our people. That seed of discord was one of the things they did. Secondly, they impoverished our people and made us hungry. So when they want to do anything that is not correct or in line with what humanity demands, they will use money to buy all the people that are supposed to stand up to speak, to reject that which they are offering to us. Of course, in Ijaw land, there are professors. Of course, in Ijaw land, there are PhD holders, master degree holders. But they have used money, the enemies have used money to close all their mouth, to make them, what do you want? Money, they give you money. What do you want? This, they give you, that they give you. But this is what we want. So they give them what they want and they take what they too want. So that is what happened. But the general public of the Ijaw people, Ishekiri, Anang, all these people from the riverine area, the people who are not benefiting from these Maludas, these enemies of our land, are the people that have listened and believe that Mazi Lionman have come to save them indeed. Mazi, let me say something. I have seen Asari Dokubo, and in one of the occasions when I saw him, he made a statement that shocked me to my bone marrow. He said, the truth is that we, the Ijaw people, we need Biafra more than the Igbos that are living in the hinterland. This is the statement of Asari Dokubo. He said they need Biafra more than us. Then somebody asked him why. He said because the Biafra you're talking about right now, the enemies that invaded our land, that put this problem that we are all facing today, have deceived our people. Why our people are seeing Igbos as their enemies, they were busy taking what belongs to us. And we are the people suffering it the more. That is why they don't have drinking water in their land. That is why the same water where they defecate is where they fetch water and drink. That is the same place where they wash clothes, the same place they take water they used to cook. So we, the Igbos, we are even living more better than they. If you go to Bayelsa State, you will cry. If you go to Warri, Delta State, you will cry. You will see hundreds of thatched houses. These locations are locations that is the most expensive location in the whole world. By the seashore, where people can erect, where government can erect tall buildings and even make it as a tourist center. Those places, oil have destroyed it. So he said that they need it more than us because they are suffering more than us. So those professors you are expecting to come and speak have been shut up with money, so they cannot speak. But today, the general populace of the people of Biafrans from that side of the world have agreed and accepted with Mazi Lionman and accepted that we are Biafrans and not South or Niger Delta rubbish. That is what I understand in regards to that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mazi Darlington. God bless you for that response. But there's something I want to add here before I proceed to the next question. For my own ideology, or let's say my own wealth, I said always that the beauty of your wealth is your environment, which is I learned from the white people. Beauty of your, that's sometimes when I see our Igbo brothers, especially people from the southeast, especially also people from that riverine area of our land, you know, showcasing their kind of big manism. I look at them as people that has a mental problem, because how can you be showcasing your wealth while you will not be able to be bold enough to show the environment where you come from? Like here in abroad, we have billionaires, we have millionaires, we have working class citizens. But what gives them courage or what gives them joy is the beauty of the environment, how government have beautified their area. And in our place, it's not like that, but I don't know what is giving these men joy. You know, showcasing bigmanism on a dirty environment. Sometimes I ask, does these people has any kind of atom of shame at all in their life? Because somebody like me, believe me, no matter how much I have tomorrow, I can never showcase on an untied environment to the world where dust are covered, because this is shame of a nation. This is completely shame of a nation. But sometimes when I see them parading themselves, making noise, I look at them as people who need at least who need attention, you know, properly, you know, make their mental capacity. So please let me quickly, because we have a limited time here. Let me quickly go to the next question that is here before me. The next question says, what are the sacrifices that Mazi had made so far for Biafrans?
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sacrificed everything sacrificable. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has sacrificed his freedom, sacrificed his parents, sacrificed his auntie, his cousin sister, called Adako. And he promised us from beginning that men are going to die. And his father died on the process, the mother died on the process, the cousin sister Adako died on the process, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu happened to be a consultant in United Kingdom. White people were working for him. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left United Kingdom. He left his father's palace. He is a prince. He was a prince, but now a king, because the father is dead, and he's the first son. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sacrificed everything you can ever think of. Anything that is called sacrifice is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given. Because this kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now is the third time that the enemies are apprehending him. It's not the first, it's not the second. Some people are counting it as the second time. No. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Okay, let me say he was arrested. He was arrested for the first time while he was traveling to United Kingdom. Those of you who are old Radio Biafra students will hear him saying it. It was Festus Keyamo that was his lawyer that came to, you know, bail him as at that time. Because they saw Biafra pamphlet with him, they saw some Biafra materials with him, they stopped him at the airport. They took him to Abuja. Then the father came for his bail. After a while, they freed him. The same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has also fought for Nigeria to be good. When Boko Haram started bombing and killing people in Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led a protest in the United Kingdom that Nigeria government should do something about. If they don't do something about this Boko Haram and killing of our people, that the outcome will not be good. Then they arrested him also in 2015 when he was coming back. He spent 2 years in the prison. The court of competent jurisdiction says this man have committed no crime. So they freed him. So his freedom, his joy, his happiness, everything that put smile on his face have been taken away. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sacrificed everything that anybody can talk about in this life to make sure that Biafra is restored. And above all, he refused to be compromised. He refused to take any bribe from anybody. He refused to be cowered into submitting himself to the enemies. That is why he is different. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Darlington. God bless you for this wonderful response from you. Let me quickly go to the next question again. The question before me here says, he said, why was DOS created under the leadership of Mazi Lionman as the supreme leader of Ipob? Can you give us a little bit enlightenment on this?
The truth is that Mazi Lionman, when I called him the savior, I know all the ingredients that makes somebody a savior. I know that Mazi Lionman can have it double. Some people do not understand what DOS means. DOS means Directorate of State. When Mazi Lionman started this struggle, when people were still doubting if this man was genuine or not, he was running the movement in a transparent way that anybody that is running the struggle with him will see how transparent he is. At a time when people begin to join him, when momentum begin to gather, he thought it wise to set up a group of men and women of valor, intelligentials, technocrats that are going to help to make the organization what it is today. And that is when the name IPOB was given birth. Mazi Lionman started with the Radio Biafra. So the birth of DOS came after the name IPOB was given birth. And that IPOB means Indigenous People of Biafra. There are other people that claim that they are fighting for Biafra. We have BZN, we have Bilie, we have different names, but IPOB is outstanding because that represents the people we are, the true people we are. So when Mazi Lionman created DOS, he created it so that there will be division of labor, so that everything will not be centralized on his office, so that we have financial department, we have coordinators, we have, in fact, a lot of departments are under Directorate of State. And he is also a member of Directorate of State. So because he is a member of Directorate of State and our supreme leader, he cannot be the head of Directorate of State. So someone else was appointed to be the head of Directorate of State. So this is why he created it, and he created it so that if an organization that has, a lot of great people, great brain, comes together to work as a body, you are going to have the best result that you can ever think of. And today, he knew that a day is coming when he will not be outside, when he may be in the hand of the enemy. Because there are 3 places that he told us that belongs to a true freedom fighter. He says the grave, he says exile, and he says the prison. And we know that that first option is not for him because he cannot die. If Mazi Lionman, the enemies kill Mazi Lionman, there will be a tsunami on this planet Earth. I am saying it categorically, and that is how it is. Tsunami will happen.
Okay, Mazi, let me come in there. Someone said, how did he come about in allocating so much power on DOS, making DOS the final decision makers in this struggle? Can you give Biafrans a little bit idea what you know about that?
Yes, of course, I do. My brother, there is no how you can build a car without the skeleton. There is no how you can build a house without a foundation. The chassis of a car serves as the backbone of that car. Without chassis, which is the skeleton of the car, if you can, there's no how you can put the car together without making the structure strong. So DOS is the skeleton. DOS is the bone, the backbone of this movement. And the reason why he put such power on DOS is because in DOS, you have people that are in charge of our finance. In DOS, you have people that are in charge of coordinators. In DOS, you have people that are in charge of our media. In DOS, you see, DOS is a kind of, it comprises of all the body that you need as a small government working to achieve a common goal, which is their freedom. Just as in Nigeria today, you have the legal department, you have the parliamentary department, you have the finance department, you have all manner of departments put together, but they have one president. So DOS is serving as the main backbone and the foundation where every decision is being taken and decided. And that is why in his absence, there is no shaking in the house of IPOB. That is why in his absence, there is no man born of a woman that can destroy the struggle, because the men that are managing this Directorate of State Affairs are different, are the men that are taking care of different departments, reporting to one central command. That is why DOS is unshakable. And that is why DOS is unmovable. And that is why DOS is standing there in the gap. Even if they keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which I know cannot be possible, for another 1 million years, this struggle will never be shaken. This struggle will never be tampered to, because DOS is the backbone, is the stronghold, the engine room of the movement. And Mazi Chikedozie is our boss on the top. Thank you.
Okay, thank you from here. Thank you very much. Let me go to the next question quickly. The question before me here goes this way. Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accepted by Biafrans worldwide as their supreme leader or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Mazi Nnamdi
Kanu
must always remember when he asked for. Good. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a great man. And you don't make yourself a king. You don't make yourself a leader. You don't make yourself a king or make yourself a leader. It is the people that you are leading that will look at your antecedents. They will look at your doings. I want to be using a layman language that people will understand what I'm talking about. They have to checkmate you to know if you are capable to lead them. As a matter of fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have refused to be called supreme leader so many times, life already Biafra. We call him our supreme leader. He said he is a supreme servant, and we said no, you are a supreme leader, because he has every quality of a supreme leader. There is no other person that can come close to that which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents. That is why there are so many names that was given to him. Late barrister Imam Mezu gave him this name called Ohamadike. Yes. Some IPOB members call him Chizitelo. Myself, I call him a living hero. And I don't know what you call him. Whatever you call him is what he is. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was widely accepted because he did what is called proper consultation among all Biafrans. I followed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to so many locations where he was widely accepted. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled across Biafra land, meeting all the chiefs, all the kings, all the queens, meeting all the people that rules the land of Biafra. And anytime he comes, they call him a leader. Anytime he comes, they welcome him as a leader. Mazi, do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to Iguacha, which they call Port Harcourt, unannounced, to have meeting with some Ijo elders? Because one person came out and said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in that house. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out of that meeting, we have over 4,000 people standing outside waiting. How else can you explain that our people accept him or did not accept him? Unannounced. It was not announced. No radio message, no television message, no social media information. Just that only one person came and said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in that place having meeting. Before we came out, over 4,000 people. There was a gridlock. Port Harcourt was shut down. Just that somebody came out and said he was there. That is a significance of a true leader. That is a significance of someone that is widely accepted by his people. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu walk past any place, I tell you that stones will wake up to salute him and call him a leader. Everybody that hear that he passed by will try to come and see him. People were touching Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's car. They were struggling to touch the car that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was seated in, just to tap that blessing of a great leader that we found in him. That is to tell you how big and how great he is. So we accepted him wholeheartedly and we gave him our supreme leader, and that is who he is. And that is the reason why the enemies cannot touch him. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu happened to be the only leader I have ever seen on this planet that people were killed and their brothers knew that their brother died because of they were protesting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, and tomorrow they too march to say free our leader, and they were also killed, and their next brothers continue to march. There is no other leader. There's no other way you can explain this to any layman that will confuse him. What I'm trying to say is this: a brother was protesting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released in 2015. He was shot by Nigerian military. He died. His elder brother knew that his brother was shot because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He also entered street to protest that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be free. While the body of the brother is there, lying there in the mortuary. He was also shot. The sister continued to join the struggle. This is the die-hard spirit. This is how fanaticism, how fanatics we are. This is how we love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only man that people are dying for his sake. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, let every Biafran come out and block roads today, you will see us on the road. It doesn't matter the number of your bullet. We are dying for his sake. So that shows that everybody loved him and everybody accepted him. If not, show me one president that any Nigeria will die because of him. Nobody. Nobody. Show me one governor that any Igbo person or any Yoruba person or any other person will die because of that governor. Nobody. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people have died for his sake. That is a testimony to prove that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is widely accepted, and the people of Biafra love him infinitum. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi. Let me quickly go to the next question. He said, what did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the greatest? No, I think the person made a mistake in this write-up. Okay, let me just correct it. I think this is what he wanted to say. What is the greatest thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu achieved since he started Ipob movement? I think that is what he wanted to say.
Yes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have achieved uncountable things so far. But there is one thing that I myself, I don't know about your own view. I don't know about the view of our own viewers. I don't know their own opinion, but my own opinion, the greatest thing I've seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu achieve was making peace between all Biafrans living in the riverine area and those in the hinterland, making peace between Biafrans and Oduduwa. This peace, this unity, is what have set the Fulani herdsmen in the government ablaze, because they knew that divided they will capture us. Mazi Lionman made us to look like one broom that is tied, that is bonded. You cannot break it when we are together. Before, we are like we scatter. They were picking us one after the other and destroying us. Look at how they killed Kensaro. They killed Kensaro because all the Ijob people and Igbo people were not united as at that point in time. That is why they killed Sero. If Igbos and the Ijos were one, bonded, and say, this man have committed no crime, he is only fighting for the goodness of his own people. You cannot kill him. Believe you me, Abacha government wouldn't have killed Sero. But because they put that, they sew that seed of discord among us, and some people relax and say, Nigerian man, concern us. That is why they were able to take him down. And I will count numbers of things that wanted to happen in our land that Mazi Lionman stopped because of the unity he have created in our land. Number one. Number two, there was a time they wanted to bring Allen Onyema's business down. Mazi Lionman came out and said, you cannot do that. And they ran away. There was a time they wanted to bring Desiani Madieke down, the former petroleum minister. Mazi Lionman came out and said, you cannot do that. And they back off. There was a time they wanted to follow Patience, Goodluck Jonathan, to destroy her. Mazi Lionman stood and said, you cannot do that. This is the unity that Mazi Lionman have created that have chased the enemies away and have set them ablaze. And the enemies are trying all they can do to punch this, to lick the back of this unity. But it's not going to work. They try to use the pig in the creek called Asari Dokubo to do it. But the Ijob people knew that Asari Dokubo is only looking for his stomach. That is why they're not listening to him. But believe you me, if referendum is placed in the land of Ijob today, in the land of Anang, Ishekiri, I tell you that 99% of our people will vote for Biafra. That is all I have to say for now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mazi. Thank you for that wonderful response from you. Let me go to the next question. The next question said, how peaceful was entire Biafra land when Mazi Lionman was outside? Do you get the question?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Very, 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 very peaceful. Ndị Igbo tụrụ inu si na iru dike na-akpụ mma nkọ. Iru dike na-akpụ mma nkọ. The presence of Mazi Lionman, why outside? Why not under the captive of the enemy? Why not under the gulag of Nigeria government? Was speaking for itself. They never born you well to do anyhow in our land. Why Mazi Lionman was outside? Everywhere was very peaceful. Remember the time they took some members of Boko Haram to Ekulobia prison? You can remember. If you remember, I want you to nod your head. Thank you. You remember when they took some members of Boko Haram to Ekulobia prison? It was Mazi Lionman on Radio Biafra that stood up and said, no, you cannot do that. You cannot take these killers and bring them to our land. And tomorrow, their gas in the prisons will release them into our community, and they'll begin to bomb everywhere. You can't do that. Mazi Lionman started fighting it until they returned them back to the north where they brought them. You remember when over 185 of our people were killed and dumped in a Zoo River? You remember? It was Mazi Lionman that went there and made a video of these people and said, these people are our people. You kill them and dump them in a Zoo River. We want to know what killed these people. The autopsy of these people must be made during P2B regime. And you know that few weeks, or should I say month ago, P2B have come out to tell the world, after he have tried to become Nigeria president, and they show him that he doesn't belong here. He is now telling the world that Nigeria government do not want to release the autopsy of those people that were killed and dumped in the Zoo River. Because as a matter of fact, he happened to be the chief security of Anambra State as a governor. So anything that happened, we call him. We all say that P2B know about the killing of those people. So, but now he's telling the world that it is Nigeria government that doesn't want their autopsy to be shown. So it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who pushed forward to say, you cannot do this to our people. You cannot be killing our people, dumping them in the Zoo River. My brother, there is, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside, there is no how you do anything in Biafra land unreported. Okay. Before Mazi
sorry, Mazi, for interrupting you here, because there's something I remember, according to what you are saying. If our land were much peaceful when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside, and the governors of these particular places, I think, didn't have the idea of the volume of the peace we had when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside. So, in other way now, are you telling me that the governors or some other politicians who are representing the people of Biafra in Nigeria government, are you telling me now, are they not aware of this particular achievement, or let's say this particular peace that was there when he was outside? Then why are they still trying to illegally hold him down? So are you telling me now that they are enjoying the crisis going on in our land? They are enjoying the insecurity?
Yes, Mazi. The truth remains that whoever that feeds you determines your every step. Whoever that the governors in Biafra land are Fulani stooges. All of them from A to Z, including the so-called senators, except Enyinia Abaribe. Enyinia Abaribe happened to have proven to the world that he is outstanding. So these people are the ones that are handpicking all these governors, promising them to, promising their support to make them governors in the southeast. So they determined what these governors does. Now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to, foster for peace in our land, when Fulani herdsmen were killing our people, he wrote them a letter. For 11 months, they did not reply. He sent them a letter that this is what is happening in our land. You guys should come out and set up a security outfit. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, Amoteku have not been set up by then. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was calling for security that will checkmate all these Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen, Shege Kafasa has not been set up in the north by then. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started the crusade. When I call him a savior, everything that you need, every ingredient that you need to cook any food that can look like a savior is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have in double fold. So what happened is this: these governors we are talking about now have failed everybody in the East woefully. They have disappointed us woefully. Their children we are studying abroad. Their family members are living abroad. When their parents are sick, they take them to abroad for medical treatment. So they don't care about the masses that voted them into power. When they kill anybody in our land, you remember Enugu State Governor, when the Fulani herdsmen went to Nimbo and massacred over 500 people, this man, Buruburu, came and he said that we should do fasting and prayer. Is it fasting and prayer that you need to protect your own people? So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now finally solved that problem that he was calling them, they became envious of him. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stand and say, on this day, we want to remember and acknowledge the death of our people who fought for our sake, who died for us, who happen to be our fallen heroes and heroines, and every Biafran listened to him and sit at home, they became more angry that it is now Mazi Lionman that is controlling the land, not them. So they prefer that Mazi Lionman stays inside the prison so that they will be running the land the way they want. But as it stands now, they cannot do anything. The land is overrunning them even. Imo State governor is no longer sleeping in Imo State government house. He doesn't go to Imo State again. He lives in Abuja as I talk to you right now. That is where he sleeps. Because the land is ungovernable for him. Because he was imposed on the people. Because he came through the window. So the governors are aware of this insecurity. They are aware of this menace going on in our land because they cannot handle it. They cannot checkmate it. They cannot stop it. And they knew 100% that it is only Mazi Lionman that can come out right now with only microphone. Oh my goodness me. Hi, Mazi. Chineke nnaga gozile Mazi Lionman. Manotutu manehe manabani. With only microphone, not with gun, not with bullets, not with armor tank, not with fighter jet, not with warship. No, only microphone. Once he speaks and say, enough is enough. Let there be peace in the land, and there will be peace in the land. That is to tell you the kind of person that God gave to us in Mazi Lionman. So the governor, they knew that they have failed us woefully. They knew that Mazi Lionman is the man that people listen to. So that is why some of them are even fighting and lobbying and trying to stop Mazi Lionman from coming out of that dungeon, even when the court have said that this man have committed no crime. So the truth is this: Mazi Lionman is the man that runs the entire Southeast and South-South. Whatever he says goes, and the governors are not happy with it. But they have no choice than to bring him up. Because
okay, Mazi, let me ask you. This is not the question that is coming from people. This is my own question. I don't know if you are aware of the revelation being made by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the British selected president of Nigeria. He said, let me quote what he said. He said, I wish to release Mazi Lionman, but the Igbo leaders says no, that he should be there. So my question to you is, how do you see this particular revelation being made by Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And what does Constitution? Does it mean that the Igbo leaders, according to his statement, according to him, does it mean that the Igbo leaders are more superior to the Constitution of Nigeria, or is the Constitution of Nigeria more superior to individual like Igbo politicians? So I want you to explain this thing so that those who does not understand the power of Constitution, like, let me just go a little bit deeper. I understand. Let me use the example where I live here in Brazil. Let me tell you something. Constitutional book of every nation is more superior than anybody that's been found in that land. Because that's the power of the land. Power of the land is the Constitution, which the billionaires will obey, the millionaires will obey, the middle class will obey, the high class people will obey, the working class people will obey, the poor people will obey. Because everybody must be obedient to that Constitution. So how come Nigeria Constitution that's supposed to be superior over everybody is now under people? The Constitution now is being controlled by people. Why the people now are becoming superior over the Constitution? So what do you say about this?
Okay, my brother, I told you earlier on that Nigeria was a fraudulent created contraption. So the Constitution of Nigeria is powerless. And I have so many examples that can back this up. for those of our views, or those of our viewers that are watching this program live now, and those that will watch after. They want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a bet. And they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play their political gimmick. But that their political gimmick game they want to play with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not work. The moment a court of competent jurisdiction declared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu innocent, discharged, and acquitted, if Nigeria has a constitution that is working, there is no president, there is no governor, there is no prime minister of that country that can stop him from walking out of that DSS dungeon. In quotes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is no longer a local case. It is an international case, a high-profile case. And this case is the case that have given birth. The process of this case is what have given birth to so many countries you see today. America is, rising, their shoulder as world power today because they were able to move out of the occupation of the United Kingdom. Eritrea is a country today because there's the same process which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is following is what they did to have their country, created from Ethiopia, South Sudan from Sudan, and so many countries like that. Now, going back to the question you asked me, Mazi, Nigeria does not have a working constitution. That is why somebody will be given bail, will be granted bail from a court. When the person walk out of that court, DSS will go and arrest that person immediately. Do you know that the declaration of a court of competent jurisdiction in every country is more powerful than the president? Do you know? Because when the court says this is it, no president can change it. The only problem we have here is we are not one people. So if a judgment is passed on a particular person from a particular location or particular side of the country, if it doesn't favor the other side from the people from the other side, they will object it. They will say no, because they are in that area where they can enforce and truncate that judgment that will be given to that person. So my brother, Bola Ahmed Tinubu should stop deceiving people by saying that some Igbo leaders is stopping him from releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been released by court. The image of Nigeria remains like a pinch in my hand. The image of Nigeria. We are waiting on 15th. 15th of this month is going to determine if that pinch of image of Nigeria is going to be restored, redeemed, or destroyed completely. Because all eyes is on Nigeria judiciary. Nigeria Bar Association is like, I don't know, I don't want to use a word that may offend so many of them. Because in a civilized country, let me not say in a civilized country, in Ghana here, or Cote d'Ivoire here, if a court declares something and say this is how it is, and the police or army or DSS go against it, everybody in that country will come out and march on the street and protest to say, you must obey your court order. That is because Ghanaians are one people. Despite the fact they have Chui, they have Ewe, but they are still one people. But here, we are not one. The president is from the south. The man they are holding is from the east. The people in charge of those that are holding him are from the north. So when the judgment does not favor them, they stop you. So my brother, looking at it, there is no constitution that is active here. If there's a constitution, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have walked out of DSS dungeon for a very long time. But I want to add this. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. 1 minute. I want to add something. You know, they are trying as much as they can to suppress Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to push him to the corner, to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu agree or accept a term that he refused to accept. That is one of the reasons why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the hand of the enemy. Let the world take note of this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have refused to sign to give up this struggle, to give up this movement. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have refused to sign to go with 5 states. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu agree today that Biafra should be Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, Imo, and Abia, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be out tomorrow morning. But he said no, because I have a brother in Iguacha called Amechi. I have a brother in Habibokwe called Chukuma. I have a brother in Edo State called Okechukwu. I have a brother in Kogi called Ikechukwu. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for referendum. Put it on the ballot. Let the people you say I'm claiming Ijo, I'm claiming this. Let the people of Ijo come and refuse, say they don't want Biafra. Then I will leave them. So my brother, the truth of the matter is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still there because he have refused to sign the paper that they were asking him to sign. And they are now using a cover-up page story to say that it is Igbo leaders that doesn't want him to. Does it mean that Igbo leaders is now more powerful than the president? Does it mean that Igbo leaders are more powerful than the constitution? My brother, that is a fallacy. But
in this, as you claim that it may be a fallacy, so I want to know, how have Igbo leaders come out to debunk that particular statement from Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Because this is another area. They haven't come out to debunk it. Either Ohanes and Igbo group or our political elite. None of them have come out to say, no, we didn't, this is they lie against us.
Mazi, please.
Go ahead.
Mazi, please. Igbos does not have any leader. The leader of Igbos, of Ndibo, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. If Ohanese is claiming to be Igbo leader, let them say, let them be sit at home for 2 hours. Let Ali Bonine observe 2 hours sit at home. If any governor from the eastern region claim to be a leader in Igbo land, let him come out and exercise that is power. Let us see. Let him say, in my state today, let there be observation of 3 hours sit at home. They don't have power, so we don't have any Igbo leader. All these people you see claiming Igbo leader, they are only going to look for.
But Mazi, in this regard, don't you think that they can do it and use their and they request for additional army from the north to enforce it? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB does their own, and the people obey it willingly without any enforcement. So if you said if they claim to be leaders, don't you think that they can do it by forcing it with thousands of army on the street of Biafra land?
Mazi, I want you to know this, and I want you to take cognizance of what I'm about to say now. The sit at home that has been announced by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all the time he was outside have never taken a single life of anybody. It is a willingness. It is out of willingness, out of love, out of acceptance of who he is and what he's doing. Nobody is forced to sit at home. Mazi, let me remind you what they said when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started. They said that Igbo people are business people. They are traders, that they cannot lock their shop to come and do Biafra. Mazi, I want you to know that Onitsha main market has the biggest number of billionaires in the whole Africa. It produced the biggest billionaires on the main market. But if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, lock up your shop, those billionaires will call all their brothers and their sisters, their boys, today, lock the shop. We don't want money today because our leader has spoken. Mazi, some people do not understand the power that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu possessed. Some people does not understand who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. They are still seeing him because no one Igbo. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were to be an Hausa man, believe you me, by now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na fear Fedika Chukwu na kwisa na enye. But ndi wade FM madi ibai, we don't bow for anybody. So to enforce sit at home by governors or anything to prove a point is tantamount to rubbish, because the world will even laugh at them. Why will you say sit at home, order, and people, you are using gun to kill people? Do you know that all the days that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was protesting and going from one place to the other, evangelizing, that nobody have lost his telephone? You will see a crowd of 5,000 people, 6,000 people, 10,000 people marching. Nobody will lose his telephone. Nobody will die. Nobody will be marched and what they call it, stampeded upon. Nobody. No accident. No Okada jamming. No motor. Nothing. Everything will work perfectly as if it is a magic. Are you telling me that it is ordinary? It is not ordinary. And anywhere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go for evangelism, most of the time we have counted it like 5 times, you will see a rainbow. And on broad daylight, a rainbow will show. My brother, the governors and the Ohanese Ndibo can put themselves together and give order for sit at home for 3 hours, only 3 hours. If they like, let them bring army from America, bring army from anywhere. People will not obey it because they are not the leaders. So what I'm trying to say is this: they are playing politics with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. That is the point I'm trying to make here. And I want you to balance it well. And those of you that are watching, they are playing politics with it. People say some Igbo leaders doesn't want him to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Who is that Igbo leader that is greater than the president of a country? Now they are looking for whom they want to say we are handing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over to. And we are telling them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be handed over to any governor. He's not a baby. He's not a toy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a dog or a puppy. No. IPOB are here waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. And as they free him, they should send him back from where they get him. That is what we are saying. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand out as the Igbo leader. We know. That is what I have to say. In regards to that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your response. Quickly, let me go to the next question that is here before me. Somebody sent in a question. He said, why did Eastern governors and Ohanese and Ndibo sign that IPOB should be proscribed? Did you get the question?
Thank you. Thank you. Among all the questions, this particular question now, I am going to dwell on it extensively, that people who doesn't understand why we are being tormented, why we are being shot at, why we are being killed, why we are being kidnapped and sent to prisons, is because of this same so-called Ohanese and the Eastern governors. Because of envy and jealousy, because they think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken over, because they think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now in charge, they try everything they could to stop him. They could not. They brought Operation Python Dance. Before Operation Python Dance, they invited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I was there. I went with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Enugu State. The Eastern governors and the Ohanese and Ndibo, led by Nyanwodo, invited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for, let them sit down and discuss. And before then, Ohanese and Ndibo, President Colin Nyanwodo, was clamoring and saying they want restructuring. Restructuring was the order of the day, was like they were singing it like a song. And each time they call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, stop what you are doing. Let us push for restructuring. We need bigger Nigeria. We need wider Nigeria. We need this, we need that. But let us go for restructuring. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them, to my own hearing. I didn't tell you that someone told me. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them, to my own hearing. Give us that restructuring first. Let us see how you restructure Nigeria. Because Ojukwu went to Aburi for restructuring of Nigeria, not for division of Nigeria. Ojukwu went to Aburi with Gowon to restructure Nigeria back to what it used to be. Back to regional system of government. through federalism. Let the Easterners govern the Easterners, manage the resources of the Easterners. Let the West manage the resources of the West, govern the West. Let the North manage the wealth of the North, govern the North. Then let there be one president in the middle. Then let these three regions bring whatever they have to the center. But they should have every right to have their own constitution, just as United Kingdom is. This is what Mazi Lionman told them, that Ojukwu went for restructuring, and that restructuring did not see the light of the day. Nyanwodo cried restructuring until he left Ohanes Ndigbo. Was there any restructuring in sight? No. Now let me tell you this. You know, when you want to kill a dog, you will give that dog a bad name. This dog is not stealing. This dog have committed no crime. Because you want to kill this dog, and you want the support of every other person in that community to have that dog killed, then you will say that this dog is stealing your meat, is eating your fish. The moment you begin to say, you know that the dog is not speaking, and the dog may not be able to defend itself, then you begin to kill the dog. Everybody will keep quiet. This is what Ohanes Ndigbo, this is what the Eastern governors did to Mazi Lionman and IPOB. And that is why Mazi Lionman's father's palace was invaded. I was there. I was there. If not that Chukwu Kikabiama said that it is not yet my time, I would have been one of the people that were shot and killed on that very day. My brother, it was bloody. The kind of gun, machine gun, armor tank, even with jet fighter that invaded Afaruku Beku to kill Mazi Lionman, it's like where Iraq and Iran were fighting war, and Mazi Lionman do not have even one matches, not even one knockout, not even a penknife. When they invaded his house, if you go to his house today, you're going to see over 4,000 bullet holes that was fired there. We counted 28 men that died instantly. After that, so many other people died of bullet wound in the bushes. So it is the signatory of the so-called Ohanes Ndigbo, the so-called Igbo leaders, and the so-called Eastern governors that brought this death to our land. As a result of this.
Well, Mazi, let me come in there. There is some offices we presented some paperwork concerning this situation of IPOB. I remember vividly what a white man said concerning the prosecution of IPOB by the Southeast governors, because he asked, what is the full meaning of IPOB? Indigenous people of Biafra. Then he asked, did you say that the governors from the same region made a move of prescribing their own identity? I won't forget that question. He said, if you say that this is the full meaning of this,
yes,
then
yes.
Did these particular governors, are they from this particular place? Then we responded, yes. He said, then how come they now prescribe themselves to be terrorists? He said, is these people, is there no one among them that is educated, or is there, how he put it, he was referring as if that none of them who we claim to be governors from this particular region, it seems that they don't know what is called education, or haven't them been in school before. So I don't know. So what do you have to contribute over this?
Yes, Mazi, it is disheartening. It is heartbreaking that a father prescribed himself while trying to prescribe his son, calling his son a terrorist, not knowing that he is included. Mazi, before I continue, I want to give 1 minute silence to my fellow comrades that died on that very day before I continue, because I'm becoming emotional of what happened that very day, over what happened that very day. Please permit me. Just if it's 30 seconds alone. 30 seconds alone. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, may the soul of those that died because of the proscription of the Eastern governors and the Ohanes and Igbo continue to fight until Biafra is restored. This is my prayer.
This is my prayer always.
I don't want them to rest.
I don't want them to rest.
Let them continue to.
Let them continue to.
You said?
Mazi, let me tell you, in the north, that exercise that was carried out in the east, that was called Operation Python Dance, was called Operation Lafia Dole. And in English translation, Operation Lafia Dole means peace must reign, or peace must return, or there must be peace. In the north, where Boko Haram were killing, destroying, kidnapping, killing both military, both police, everybody. Then the military were saying that peace must restore over there. When they brought it to our land, they tagged it Operation Egweke. Egweke means Python dance. And Python cannot dance without eating something. For Python to dance, Python must have swallowed somebody. And they took it to our living area. They call it Operation Crocodile Smile. So before Crocodile Smile, Crocodile must have eaten enough. So this is how you want to check the so-called people you are mentioning as your leaders. The so-called people you are calling your governors. These people are leech. These people are lower than vermin. These people are blood suckers. These people are nothing but, I don't know, I'm looking for a better word that I'm going to use for these people you call our governors. Mazi, believe you me, oh my God, if you see what these people did in our land because of this proscription, because they invited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to sit down and discuss. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came. I was with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Enugu on that very day. We went there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pulled out his phone and showed them the number of the massive crowd that were following him the day he went to Iguacha, the day he went to Aba, the day he went to Omoba in Anambra, the day he went to Kulobia in Anambra, the day he went to Imo State. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu showed them, say, these are the people I am representing. You cannot tell me to stop what I'm doing. Why these people are the people that sent me this errand. If you have anything that you want to bring to the table, present it, let us see. But first and foremost, for you to buy the heart of these people that I'm leading, there are things you need to do. Number one, you have to make sure that you open all the seaports in our land. Open the seaport in Calabar, open the seaport in Warri, open the seaport in Iguacha, then Onitsha. River Niger Bridge should be dredged and a mini seaport should be set up there. Once you are done with that. Secondly, you are going to build all the whole roads. East-West road must be completed. Enugu Onitsha Express Road must be completed. Enugu Port Harcourt Aba Express Road must be completed. Enugu Ebonyi Express Road must be dualized. After that, you are going to release all the people that have been kidnapped because of this struggle. All the Biafran agitators that you kidnapped, that you arrested, you have to free them. Mazi, let me tell you, for you to please a child, you have to give that child something. For you to please a baby, sometimes if you want to send the baby an errand, you buy biscuit or chewing gum, you give to the baby. Like you are bribing the baby. and you send the baby the errand. The baby will go. So Mazi Lionman was telling them, all these things are what you need to do. You have to make sure that the airport in Calabar should be international airport. The airport in Owerri should be international. The airport in Delta State should be international. All the airports in this whole region should be international. If a man from Warri want to travel to Belgium, he should fly from Warri to Belgium. You should not limit the landing space of the international, the so-called flight that are coming for international passengers. You carry passengers from Enugu and stop them in Kanu. From Kanu, then you take off again. And you call it international.
Like what? Sorry, let me come in there. Like what we are saying right now, in abroad here where we live, if you want to travel, any state where you are is where you fly from. In Sao Paulo, Sao Paulo people fly from Sao Paulo. Rio de Janeiro people fly from Rio de Janeiro. People from Fortaleza fly from Fortaleza. People from Brasilia, which is their capital, fly from Brasilia. A Brazilian can never say, okay, the only international airport we have is Sao Paulo. Let me come to Sao Paulo and fly. No, it doesn't work that way. They want to go to US, they go to US from their own state. That is how every state here in Brazil has their international airport. If you want to go to Europe, you go to Europe from that your state to where you are heading to. No, you are not going from east to Lagos. So, my greatest surprise is that most of these governors, they are not ignorant about this. They are not ignorant about this because they travel always. They see how things work. When they want to go to New York, they fly from Nigeria and land in New York. They never fly from Nigeria to let's say to Florida. From Florida, they will not take another local flight to New York. No, you land. The flight will take you to that place where you are going to. So that's why sometimes when I watch them behaving the way they are behaving, it's as if maybe something is wrong upstairs, because I begin to believe, because I think a report of 2020, is it 2020? No, 2021. The report of 2021 says that 68% Nigerians are mentally disturbed. Imagine a country where 68 people living there, 68% population is having mental problem. And most of them are on suit. Most of them are in Agbada. Most of them in a Fago. And so I don't know. So what do you have to contribute on this, Mazi?
Mazi, yes, Mazi, this is why I tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this is why I told you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a savior to us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is only asking, since you are asking me to stop what I'm doing, fix all these things, put all these things in place. This was the outcome of the meeting in Enugu. Professor Nwabeze was there. Evangelist Elliot Uko was there. The 5 governors in the Eastern region then was there. Nyanwodo was there. Put all these things in place. Allow our people, our businessmen and women, to import goods directly from abroad to any state that will have international airport in our land. Not diverting our goods to Lagos, to make Lagos, to contribute to Lagos economy. And in other words, to bring those containers from Lagos down to our place is ×2 of what we are paying to bring it from China. You can imagine when you pay 1 million naira to import container from China. Then from Lagos to Aba, you pay 1.5 million because the road is not good. In some occasion, even the trailer will fall on the roads, on the highway. All your goods will be gone. This is called economic strangulation. These people are strangling us to death. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, no. I have not forgotten the topic, which says, why did they proscribe IPOB? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for things to be good for all of us. Do you see why he's different? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, he didn't say only for Anambra, Enugu, Imo, Boy, and Abia. No, he said in Ugwacha, in Cross River, in Akwa Ibom, in Bayelsa, what you are doing in the north should be done here, because this is where you're taking the money from. This is where you're taking the resources from. Then they told him, you are asking for too much. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, when you are done with all these things, finally, you have to still bring out that ballot box. By that time, you must have favored, you must have, let's assume you must have bribed us. I don't know whether you're getting it, brother. You must have bribed us by giving us airport, giving us seaport, building our roads, setting up good standard hospitals, and finally you will now say, okay, now we're putting a basket before you, a basket for referendum, a box, not basket, box, referendum box. Do you still want to go or you want to remain? That our people will decide if they want to stay or if they don't want to stay. That was where Church Jibasa. The moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the Church Jibasa, what happened again? The meeting was not concluded. It was inconclusive. Then they rescheduled to have meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again after 2 weeks. Before that 2 weeks, something happened. They went and laid siege on the road which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to pass to come to that meeting. Because they have seen that what this guy is telling them to do is not that they cannot do it. The money to do it is there. But the moment they do it, number one, Lagos will fall. If you open seaport in Calabar, open seaport in Warri, open seaport in Iguacha, Lagos will go down automatically. Abuja will go down. Because our people will begin to come up to do business.
Mazi, you said Lagos. Yeah, you said in your statement, you said, of course, if all these places reopened and begin to function, that Lagos will fall. So, is our governors and Ohanes and Debo, are they protecting Lagos more than they should protect the Biafra land?
I said something here earlier on, brother. I told you that whoever that feeds you determine every of your step. The people that put them in power do not want them to do anything that our people will benefit from, because it's going to affect them in their own area. You say you hate us. You say you don't like us. You call us in Yamini. You despise us. Now we say we want to go. You say no, we will not go. This is a marriage that is not working. It's a forceful marriage, a fraudulent marriage. And the person you married, you are not treating him, you are not treating her well. And this person say, I want to go. You say no, you must not go. Who does that? Now, my brother, let me round up on this particular topic. These people, knowing fully well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never be, intimidated, or can never be convinced to stop what he's doing without putting everything that he demanded in place. They laid ambush on how to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on that second meeting. Only if ndị Igbo na-asị na amana gbara nwa agwọ gbara nwa agwọ. Amana gbara nwa agwọ agbara nwa agwọ. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided not to go for the second meeting. They called him, they planted evil men on the road to shoot. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was going, I was supposed to go with him. Maybe if we had made that mission, I may not survive it. If I survive it, maybe that is how God wants it. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided not to go again. He declined that call. And that is immediately, they now went and put up what they call Operation Python Dance, a wake. Since we cannot kill him in this way, since he have escaped from our attack, then let's take it to him. Are you aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was attacked at Obakala? The video evidence of what I'm talking about right now is there. When the time comes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will show it. They attacked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were shooting directly to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at Obakala. The moment they declared that Operation Python Dance, they wanted to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at Obakala. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu escape it, and they couldn't kill. You see, the men following Mazi Lionman, we have sacrificed all our lives for him. We said, you better kill us instead of you to kill this man, because this man is the key and the only road which we are hoping to lead to go to our land of milk and honey. So, my brother, then the governors and the organization will now agree for them to sign Operation Python Dance and to prescribe IPOB. It was Will Obiano. Will Obiano was the governor of Eastern, the Southeast region as at then. He was the one that pronounced it, that said that IPOB is now prescribed. And that is to say that IPOB are now terrorist organization. And they are also IPOB. By the virtue of their birth certificate or whatever, they are all Biafrans. So this is what happened, my brother. Then the invasion of Mazi Lionman's house came, and people were killed. They massacred people. You saw where they lied a lot of people inside. You saw it. You saw it. Where they lied so many people down inside the mud, and they were beaten. They even killed somebody there. They killed so many people because of this Operation Python Dance. You understand what I'm saying? So the sufferness we are suffering today, the situation we found ourselves today, the over 4,000 and subtraction of our people in the prison today is caused by our governors and the so-called Ohanes because they say they are prescribing their children. Now you open door for your enemy to invade our land and kill and destroy. So this is all I have to say for this. Thank you.
Okay, Mazi, thank you very much for that wonderful and quick response from you. There is, I think I still have 2 questions here that is here before me. 2 questions here. Someone sent in, he said, the decay of undevelopment of Eastern region. Who is to blame? Who is to blame? Do you get the question? The decay of undevelopment of Eastern region. Who is to blame?
The case of undevelopment in Eastern region, the people that are supposed to be blamed in state level are the governors. Then in the federal level is the federal government. There are federal projects and there are state projects. Example, Mazi, pause, please. Pause. Let me flow. You see, example, Nigeria government map out railway line project. They map out a railway line project. And Rotimi Chibuike Amaechi happened to be Minister of Transport. And they connected railway from Yoruba land to the north and crossed Nigeria boundary to Niger. There is no railway. This is a federal allocation. This is a federal project. There's no railway that was mapped to come down to Biafra land. Instead, the railway line that we have in Aba, they were uprooting all the railway line, all the iron, those iron that you see, those stair where the train run on top. They were uprooting them. Go and ask people in Aba. They have uprooted hundreds of kilometers of this rail line. They are not operating it to replace it with the latest one or a newer version of it. No, just to make sure that we don't have railway line. Is that not evil? That is a federal project. We don't have it. Now, the dredging of River Niger, which have been signed for a very long time, is not done. They are not dredging River Niger. They dumped the project. Now, the second Niger bridge, which Mazi Lionman have been crying and clamoring for a very long time, when they want to build it, they did not build it of the normal standard. If Biafra come, that bridge, we are going to pull it down and put a very standard bridge that ship can pass under it. You see, it's very low. That ship cannot pass, light ship cannot pass under it. And all these things are strategies to stop our land from developing. So this is what we are going through. And this is why we are calling the international community to come to our aid, because we need to have our nation restored, so that we can determine our future, so that we can come back from all the countries where we are residing and build a nation for ourselves and our children. So that is it. Thank you.
So for what I want to contribute here is that
Mazi, over to you.
Mazi, over to you.
Yeah, if you ask me, I will tell you how government works. Like what you just line up here, I may tell you that this does not require international community attention. This is something that we should hold those who parade themselves as the political elites who are representing the people, make them to force them to do exactly what the people want, because this is what is called politics. Politics is about giving to the people what your people want, the demands of your people. But in our own case, when you speak or ask them what to do, they will tell you that this is not how to go about it. And this is not how to go about it, this is not how to go about it. This is what we have been facing. And our land left undeveloped for a very period of years. And if not for what IPOB is doing today, believe me, they are not ready to do anything. The little one they are doing now is because of, let's say, fear of IPOB. Fear of IPOB. This is why they are doing the little they are doing today. Okay, let me, because we have no much time. Someone sent in here, he said, the Nigerian lawmakers purchase a vehicle of 160 million naira each. And this is a country where people are dying in hunger. And if you change this money into dollar, you know how much it works in dollar. And this country where we are, the senators and the lawmakers here, the most expensive vehicle they use, here is 150,000 reais. When they change 150,000 reais here, it can only give you about 30,000 US dollar. 30,000 US dollar. And by the time you change 160 million naira, it will tell you how much it can give you in US, in dollar. So why is it that the country where the poor are living below $100, below $1? Because the latest economic statistics I did was that I discovered that Nigerians who are poor are living below $1, and nobody live below $1 that will survive. But our people, I don't know how God equipped their body. People are living below $1 per day, and they are surviving. In this country, people live below $5 a day are suffering. Imagine somebody who is living below, not even $1, below $1 a day, but they are surviving. They are still living. And in this country, the lawmaker who parade themselves to be representing them are purchasing a vehicle of such amount. So I don't know what kind of mind, what kind of soul does these people have. Mazi, I would like you to address this issue.
Okay, brother. Nigeria was never created for good. Nigeria, some people call Nigeria animal farm of United Kingdom. Some people call Nigeria cash cow of the West. The truth is that the governors you see are not coming into power to do things that will favor those that they are governing. They all come into power to steal and steal and steal. That is why you see the so-called House of Rep members, senators, they have smoking allowance. They have smoking allowance. They have toilet allowance. Like everything in life, they have the allowance, Do you know how many millions these people are earning every month? And they are doing barely nothing. Some of them goes to the house, they sit down, they're sleeping. At the end of the day, they collect over 15 million, over 30 million naira. Only from the allowance, so not their basic salary. Newspaper allowance. They want to read newspaper. They are giving them money for it. So it is somebody who created it to be so. So the people that created Nigeria did not create Nigeria to survive. So for them to use 150 million to purchase one SUV, while the so-called citizens of the country are dying of hunger and starvation, what kind of wickedness can you compare with that? This money you're talking about now can set up a very big factory, like 30 of it in every state, that can employ over 10,000 people and give them better job. But they cannot do it. They know that if they make you live a better life, they cannot control you anymore. They make life very difficult for us so that they can control some of us. They make you hungry.
Mazi, I love the statement you made there. If they make you have a good life, they cannot control you anymore. This is exactly what I was telling someone a few weeks ago, that the Eastern regional politicians went to the north and learned a very bad attitude that the Fulanis have taught them. And they want to establish that particular attitude to enable to control our people. This is the reason why most of them accepted Fulani henchmen in their various states in the bushes, so that they will lay siege in the bush against the farmers, so that the farmers will not be able to produce food in our land. So they will make life difficult to traders through roadblock, so that traders, some of them will they'll not give up their business. These businesses have becoming stressful. Let me give it up. And by that time, they can control you anyhow they want, because when they give you food, they control you. When they give you food, they control you. So the Fulani they are allowed to be in our bushes before the arrival of IPOB, then we chase them away, was a well-planned move by these politicians in other way to perpetually hold the people down, so that they will useless the capacity of the people, so that by the time they want to use you for anything, they use you. This is the strategy what they call it, Al-Qaeda, we are using. So that by the time they will pick you, they say go and commit suicide bomber, you will go, because you are just like they have reduced you to the level of animal. You don't have say of your own anymore, because if you say no, that means you will not eat. You will go hunger. So I love that particular thing. Go ahead.
Mazi, let me tell you this. Let it be on record that I'm saying it for my first time of coming on this our BTV Europe. That after the war, they intentionally collected all the millions and billions our people made and gave us 20 pounds. It was an intentional act. And that is what you see playing out today. They did it to make sure that they control us. They did it to make us hungry. They did it to make us accept every token or crumbs that fell from the master's table. But little did they know that we are a great people. That is why when Obasanjo visited Onitsha, after 20 years of civil war, Obasanjo shouted, he said, wow, where am I? Is this the same place that was bombarded to ground zero 20 years ago? He never believed it. We are like crops. We are like trees. We are like a seed. You may throw us away. We will germinate there. So that 20 pounds they gave to us have elevated us, have blessed us, have taken us to where we are. Today, their children are polishing our shoes. The children of those that gave us 20 pounds are today cutting our nails. Their children are doing gate man for us, opening gate and closing gates. Those that subjugated us, those that have economically strangled us, is because Chukwu Kabema blessed us so much that you cannot keep a Biafran on the ground, march on him, and say you are going anywhere. You will go nowhere. And when we stand up, we will overtake you. Mazi, do you know that the former governor of Abia State, called Okezi Bazu, went to China and brought Chinese people to open a factory where they will be doing shoe in Aba? Are you aware that he traveled to China to bring a Chinese company that will come to Aba, build a factory, and begin to do shoe, while our people are hardworking, building like any kind of shoe that you want, they do it. Sometimes they build shoe, they put it made in Italy. You see it, you think that it's made in Italy, you buy. Do you know that Patu Tommy said that if Nigeria government is fair to the Igbos, what they should do is this NYSC kids, their shoe and their clothes, that they are spending billions to import from abroad, to import from China. If they put that kind of money to Aba made shoes and the clothing, that is going to be more cheaper and is going to give more employment to these people, and they will benefit from it, but they will never do it. So whoever that feed you determines every of your move and every of your step. So these governors you see, they are the ones that are, feeding them, telling them what to do. If you don't dance to their tone, they remove you. Once you are dancing to the tune, you are okay with them. So my brother, our land is seriously under siege. The only thing we need now, the only solution is for us to have our nation restored. Once Biafra is restored, we will build an edifice on this planet Earth. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be the one that will lead us into this Biafra. I hesitate to say that any Biafra without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Chukwu became do not want it. I said it on my platform, and so people say, what are you saying? Do you mean that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there, another person cannot give us? I said, that person, they never born him. You have to go and start from scratch, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have passed, to prove to us that you can. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one. He's an enigma. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a colossus. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is everything that we want put together. So Mazi, you see why we are suffering today is because they have cut all the ways, all the areas where we are supposed to grow in terms of support from government. They cut it off. So we are struggling and surviving by the special grace of God and our hustling spirit. Mazi, look at me. My name is Chukwu Bikem, and you must have an Igbo name that relates with God. I have a brother called Chukwu Nedu. I have a sister called Amara Chukwu. The name we bear alone is even giving glory to God. So why can't we survive? If they like, they take all we have, we will still survive. Our properties that was seized in Port Harcourt, that was called abandoned property. Today, go to Port Harcourt today. Igbos are still having the highest number of properties in Port Harcourt. Destroy our market today, tomorrow we'll build another one. Look at how they are destroying our properties in Lagos today. you will see that some of those people that are destroying their properties, they will rise before 6 months again. If there is peace in our land, all our people will return to invest in our land. So this insecurity in our land is also government sponsored. They don't want that our land to be peaceful, so that our people that we are calling to come back and invest will not come. They will be afraid to come. But believe you me, the presence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to solve all this equation, all this mathematics. His presence will solve it. And the enemies know. And they have no option than to free him. So Mazi, I want you to say one or two so that I'll give you my final closing remark.
Yeah, Mazi, we have no more time. So I must thank you very much for coming to BTV Europe. Anytime we need you, and we always invite you to this very BTV, so that's because we know that you have been in this very journey of Biafra restoration project for a period of years now. And I really seriously, from my side, I thank you. And on behalf of Biafrans around the world, we thank you so much for your effort and your formidable spirit. So thank you. And if you have anything to tell Biafrans before we go off, you can do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Live on BTV Europe, Biafra Television Europe. I Mazi became Ago Biafra, Kembona Biafra, and Wifen one in it, Emezoka Kazo dia. Mazi Soja, they made different. As in the hot, na so they talk. I want to tell the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is untouchable. I want to tell the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the eye which we used to see. He is the foot which we used to walk. He is the hope of the hopeless. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents everything we ever dream of in this life, and nothing should happen to him. We are anticipating for his freedom. We are looking forward to have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu return to Biafra land unharmed and unconditionally, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a peaceful man. In case you don't know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have freed uncountable numbers of Hausas and Fulanis that were being held in DSS dungeon for so many years. For record purposes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has fought for the freedom of El Zakzaki. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has fought for the freedom of Dasuki Gate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has fought for freedom of Olisametu, Ojo Zokalo, and so many others. Right now, all these people I mentioned their name are not talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. But we, the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and DOS leading us, which Mazi Chikedozem is our head, are telling the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't be hurt. If anything happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God forbid, I repeat, God forbid, there will be tsunami on this planet Earth. What happened in the year 1914 that caused the First World War will be a child's play compared to what is going to happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in any way, have committed no crime in any way. He is just a prisoner of conscience. He's a freedom fighter. He doesn't ask for guns or bullets to fight you. He only asks for referendum. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there will be peace in this side of the world. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there will be light in this part of the world they call Africa. I tell the whole world that we in this people of Biafra cannot back down until Biafra is restored and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. And I want to thank all my fellow media warriors. I want to thank you especially, Mr. Mazi Lionman Leone. God will continue to protect and bless you and your family. It is well with you. We are heading somewhere. Our last destination is Biafra.
Amen. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you for coming, and God bless you, and have a wonderful weekend. And please be very careful out there. As weekend, you have to be very, very vigilant because enemies are not sleeping. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we have come to an end of this particular broadcast today. which we are here. We invited our brother Mazi Darlington, who have been here for over 2 hours. And I thank you all, our followers, those who are watching, depending where you're watching from. I say, may God, may He be your guide and bless and protect you. And keep our mothers and our fathers back home safe, and our sisters and our brothers back home as well. And keep the Eastern Security Network personnel safe from the hands of the enemy, because they are doing wonderfully well in making sure that there is security for our farmers in Biafra land. Thank you very much, and God bless you.